Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the New York Jets taking on Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Chicago Bears. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
They go play action with Wilson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. That's Derek Barnett coming in and making the play. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Now it's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return, and the Bears take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
On first down, it's Fields. Oh, Metcalf, what a catch. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Flush to his right. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Bears have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. There's Wilson to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. This defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct. Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Wilson's throw here pulled in by Beasley. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. If they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
4 yards remain for second down. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He'll buy some time right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
They'll live to fight another down, right?
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Wilson. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Derek Barnett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits. And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Here's Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Cole Beasley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
And they'll start the drive here with an end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A handoff as they run the counter play. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
He finds his man, complete. It's Moore. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Wilson. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw again is Wilson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run it with Williams. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Rolling to his right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On play action, Fields. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Bears. Darnell Mooney as the first half is winding down. And the Bears can grab the lead with the extra point. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season, is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The New York offense taking over for their next possession as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Moore. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From the 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Play action. It's Fields. And that is incomplete. Now the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. The drive starts with a completion left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Again, it's Williams. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now Wilson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Got his man. It's Williams. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now Wilson. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Derek Barnett picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may give more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a big loss of 5 there on second down to bring up third and goal.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
On third and goal, Wilson. And he's going to go down again. And that sack brings up fourth and goal. A loss of 7. Big play.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on third down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Blankenship's kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. It's his 3rd field goal now in the ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives them the lead.
It's been a back and forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now, this one complete downfield on the left side, and they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. The 40. Past the 20. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Off-play action, Fields. Sliding out of the pocket. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a first down throw, Fields. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. They'll roll him out right. His throw incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 37.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. And they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Fields. He'll buy some time right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now Fields. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Santos with the extra point. And things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Another go-around out for the Jets offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now it's Wilson. Looking for Beasley, got him on his slant. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They'll run on first down. Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A line ball. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. He's at the 30, 20, 10.
Yeah, it's on.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
So that changes everything. Everything. I mean, instead of adding to their 4th quarter lead with a field goal, they surrender the lead on the block and return.
And to the surprise of absolutely no one, they came with the all-out rush because they had to at this point of the game. Not only did they get in there and block it, but how about the fortuitous bounce, and then it's off to the races the other way.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here's Wilson and the Jets down by 4, 46 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. Wilson to throw. Now he'll dump dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Open man is Uzomah. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Throwing now is Wilson. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Here's Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for Chicago, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.